Cubs and the Athletics. What's up? Fly to W. That one back and it's gone. Michael Busch will touch them all. At the wall, out of here. Back to back. Up the middle, spin, throw, too late. Nico's got a hit, run in. In the air, right field. And holy cow. Kyle Tucker, third straight game with a home run. Carson Kelly puts in charge into one. Down the line, and it's gone. Swinging a ground ball up the middle and a base hit. Past the diving Wilson. In the air, center field. Bleday back at the track at the wall, and that one is off the top of the wall. And Kelly into second. It just missed getting out. Going back, Bleday. It's off the wall. Racing towards second. Go. Here we go. And he's in. Oh, my. We got a cycle. Take that, Mark Grace. Welcome to Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. From Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento, Matt Shaw and the fellas getting ready to do battle with the Athletics. Nico Hoerner making a long walk from center field. Cubs and the A's coming up tonight. It is game 2. There's the manager and Flash and Dansby. I'm Boog, he's JD. Last night, the offense was electric.
It was indeed. 4 in the first. They batted around in the 5th. They batted around in the 6th. It really wasn't a hitter's night. It was cold last night, but despite that, the Cubs' bats were scorching hot. 18 runs, 21 hits, a bunch of home runs, a bunch of doubles. A really impressive show from the Cub hitters last night. Could be, should be, likely will be a different story here tonight because we've got 2 really good pitchers going in this one this evening. For the Cubs, it's Justin Steele. He'll be making his 3rd start of the year. He's got a little bit better each time out. Remember, he struggled in Japan last time against the Diamondbacks. Not great, but good enough to pick up the win. Luis Severino signed the biggest contract in A's history. Last year, he was a Met. He made 31 starts and posted a 3.91 ERA. He's coming off a 6-inning scoreless start in his season debut.
So it'll be Severino and Steele as the Cubs look to make it 2 straight over the A's. Big night with the bats last night. And, of course, the big hero, Carson Kelly. He hit for the cycle. High fives, high fives. You didn't hit for the cycle. You didn't hit for the cycle. I did. Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by PNC Bank. Brilliantly boring since 1865. By Advocate Healthcare. Let's live well and make the most of every moment, game day, and every day. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. Ian Happ starting things off here at Sutter Health Park, and he takes ball one from Luis Severino. Switch hitter batting left. Here comes. And that is in for a strike. See the start for Ian Happ, still taking his walks. He's got about a 20% walk rate right now. The 1-1.
Luis Severino, year one in an Oakland A uniform. He's 31 years old, 10-year man as a big leaguer, an all-star with the Yankees back in 17 and 18. Then he ran into some injury problems, missed a whole bunch of time, but he has bounced back, pitched very effectively last year for the Mets. He appears to be at full strength. Fastball topping out at 99 miles per hour in his first start of the year. 6 scoreless innings against the Mariners.
2-2 on Ian Happ, just get it going. The wind of the pitch. Hard hit up the middle to his right. Muncy throw to first, and it pulls Soderstrom off the base, and Happ is aboard. Max Muncy, who is filling in for the injured Zach Geloff, and one of their top prospects, ranging to his right, and that throw just kind of floated offline.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't get a very good grip on this baseball. I mean, really good glove work, and then kind of squirted out of his hand a little bit.
This is a Athletics team that a season ago was not good defensively. Tucker rips it, but foul. They were 30th, last in the majors in outs above average, 29th, next to last in defensive runs saved. This year figures to be more of the same. Maybe not last, but I think it'll be hard for them to get to even an average-ish defensive team. We'll see. That's going to be tough for Marcotte's group. The 0-1, and that is down and in. It's one of those things when we talk about the Cubs, for example. They've had stretches where they don't strike people out. It's not a particularly hard throwing rotation, for example, but they defend so well so that even if the ball is in play, you have the ability to make up for it. The A's do not have that. 1-1. Hit foul. Look out.
Man, get the head out. Yanking that ball. I think T-Mac's not down there. She is down there. That's her hand, you see.
She was blocked out. I thought she wasn't down there. The 1-2 is way high. There she is. The long fingers would indicate Taylor McGregor. There she is. That was sizzling over there. We may need to get you a shield for tomorrow. Severino missing, and now it's 3-2. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that would have left a mark.
Yeah, that's.
The problem is
The guy in red in front of you is trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, and then I don't have any reaction time.
Yeah. 3-2. Outside, and that's ball 4. And Tucker is on base, 2 aboard, and nobody out. All right, how about a look at the lineup? Brought to you by Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. It'll go Pat, Tucker, Suzuki, then Busch, Swanson, Horner, PCA, Shaw. And what happens when you hit for the cycle? Hit the bench.
Hit the day off. You get to rest on your laurels.
Miguel Amaya. Cubs have got great production from their catchers. Pitch to Seiya is outside.
Cubs looking to jump Severino here early, as they did the youngster Joey Estes last night when they put a 4 spot on the board. Back-to-back home runs in the first from Busch and Swanson.
That is hammered center field. Bleday going back, turning, looking way out of here. Off the batter's eye. A titanic shot to center for Seiya Suzuki, and just like that, 3-0 Cubs. The bats stay hot. JD, it is 403 to dead center field, and that had to be more than midway up the batter's eye.
Well, let's take another look. Home run replay brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. Yeah, just crushed that ball, did Seiya. Curious to see how they measure that one.
A Michael Busch
445.
gets a piece.
That's home run number 2 for Seiya. Went deep in Arizona the other day, also to the big part of the yard in Phoenix.
On the ground, Soderstrom underhand. Severino gets over. Cubs had not scored in the first inning all year until last night. And you see how things change when you have a night like you had last evening here in West Sacramento.
Yeah, you put 18 runs on the board the first week of the season is going to impact those numbers greatly.
Ball 1 to Dansby Swanson.
Severino to go along with that high octane heater. He throws a slider, sweeper, throw a cutter and a changeup.
But he's a different guy than the one that made the All-Star team twice with the Yankees. He was a big four-seam monster. And last year, he really got down with the sinker. And as you mentioned, added that sweeper. This one popped up right side. Soderstrom, first baseman, coming in. Dansby is out. And again, it started with the error by Max Muncy.
Error Muncy, then Severino walks Tucker. Just setting the table for Seiya.
Warner lifts a foul, and that's out of play. Seiya, the designated hitter, and Cubs did not homer in the first 2 games of the year over in Japan. They are now 3rd in the bigs. Most homers hit, only the Yankees and Dodgers have hit more. Here's a 1-1. Hit hard on the ground to third, but that one is gloved by Urshela, and Nico Hoerner retired. Damage done though. Error, walk, and then Seiya Suzuki. Big fly to the big part of the park. Dead center field. Midway in the first, it is 3-0. Back here, West Sacramento, Sutter Health Park, John Sciambi and Jim Deshaies. It is 3-0. Cubs A's lineup brought to you by Ford. Butler, Rooker, Bleday, then Langoliers and Duhar in the 5 spot. Soderstrom, Urshela, Muncy, and Wilson. Justin Steele to the plate and delivers up and away. And ball 1 for the lefty from Agricola, Mississippi, or Loosedale, either way. Line drive, base hit, left field. Butler slashes one the opposite way.
Now, Butler good against left-handed pitching. He certainly was last year. Here's some notes on Justin Steele. 2 starts, 9 innings, 8 earned runs, 3 home runs so far allowed by Justin. And then 22 through 24, really one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, posting a 3.10 ERA. And man, he hates the American League. He gets up for those AL matches.
First one, Rooker fouls off.
You know, Justin's had his struggles in each of his first 2 starts. Got great run support last time against the Diamondbacks, but you could tell by his body language out there he just wasn't comfortable, wasn't hitting his spots as consistently as he would like. But, 3rd time out, I think we may see something a little bit different here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at Justin Steele, he's a bit of a unicorn. Effectively throws 2 pitches. That 4-seamer kind of operates as 2 pitches on its own, almost with the cut action and the ride action. It's not overwhelming velocity. The 1-1. In the air, left field towards the corner. Hat back at the wall, and that is gone. And with 1 swing, the Athletics are within 1. And Justin Steele has given up 4 homers in 9 innings plus 2 batters. And JD, what I was about to say was, when you look at his track record, why he has success, he limits slug.
Yes, and that's been an issue. That's the 4th home run he's allowed this year. He allowed just 12 all of last season. No, but this guy, this is what he does. He had 39 round trippers last year and absolutely wore out left-handed pitching.
On the ground, corner, bobbles, picks it up, throw to first, and they get J.J. Bleday.
And Bleday cost himself. He slowed down a little bit, just assuming that he was going to be an easy out. Justin's been throwing his 2-seamer a little bit more than he normally does, but you know, typically it's fastball, slider, and that's not a bad pitch, not a good result, not a bad pitch.
So Langoliers into right field, a 1-out single. Time down for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Yeah, well, the question mark at the end, right? Is the 3rd time going to be the charm for Justin here tonight? So far off to a rocky start, but we'll see if he's able to settle in and neutralize this A's lineup. The 1-2 punch, the guys at the top, Butler and Rooker for the A's. You're always focusing on them. They can really play. And step on the gas. You got to be able to hit that heater from Severino.
Pitch to Andujar. And that one is lined and off the glove of Swanson into left field.
The expectation is, and the history of this ballpark in the Pacific Coast League, is that when the weather heats up in the summertime, it's a great hitter's ballpark. But we don't have those conditions here tonight. It's cold, yeah, it's windy, but as we saw with the Cub bats last night and with everybody here tonight, the hitters are feeling it. I mean, my goodness. Andujar is another guy who's been really good against lefties. Last year he had .411 against left-handed pitching, albeit small sample.
Soderstrom fouls one back, and it's 0-1 on the first baseman. A's last year were 12th in the AL in runs per game, but they were 3rd in homers hit, and they led the majors in percentage of runs via the homers. So how do they score? At least last year's version, they hit it out of the park. We'll see if the Athletics this year for Mark Kotsay do the same.
Well, a lot of the same personnel, and again, playing in this ballpark in the summertime, I would suspect they're going to hit a lot of home runs. Soderstrom hit 3 in their opening series against the Mariners. Athletics pacing baseball in that department. Unlike the other teams, they were not a playoff team.
Yeah, that's a good list of teams besides the Athletics. Popped up. Horner on the right side, ranging off the dirt onto the grass, and he makes the catch. I believe the Athletics, and it's ironic when, last night they were all wearing 24, honoring the late, great Rickey Henderson. It's the only team that hasn't tried a stolen base yet.
Yeah. Rickey would not be happy. And he would tell you, he would say, Rickey's not happy.
Yep. Bouncer to the right side. Horner comes in, picks it up, throws to Bush. Urshela is out. Rooker goes deep, and the Athletics within a run.
Cubs on top 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the second with Pete Crow Armstrong stepping into the batter's box. Pete is swinging a new bat this year, and no, it is not one of the torpedo bats. I'm talking about the bat size. He went up from 33.5 to 40. It was a suggestion that DK and the hitting staff made about a year ago, but it took time for Pete to feel comfortable doing it. It wasn't until he picked up one of Owen Casey's bats that was a 40, and he said, oh, I kind of like the feel of this, and that's really when he felt comfortable. Now with that, the hope is that your bat stays in the zone just a little bit longer. And one of the things we've also seen with Pete is that his bat speed has increased. Now we don't know exactly if the reason for the bat speed has come with the new bat, but DK and Pete feel as if it could be a factor. And DK telling me today he's buying some of the bat speed stuff. Not only does he feel like the length of the bat will help, but also he feels like Pete's swing right now has never been more efficient, and he used the figure skating analogy that when figure skaters want to speed up, they have their hands closer to them, and when they want to slow down, their hands go out. So with Pete's arms a little bit closer and more compact, perhaps that helps with some of the bat speed. Boog.
I like that. Come for Cubs baseball, stay for the figure skating nuggets. Yeah, I think, look, there's a real good chance you're talking about a kid who's 22, just turned 23. He's getting his man strength. That bat speed will go up. To me, I think there's a pretty good chance that at the end of the year you'll see the bat speed up. I would say this, it's all going to be moot if he doesn't make good swing decisions. And that's
where it starts
at issue for him.
Well, he's an aggressive hitter. He likes to swing the bat. And, you always want to be careful checking a young player's aggressiveness. Why does bat speed matter? Because bat speed equals exit velocity.
Yep. 3-2. He's hitting the ball harder. There's no question. Swing and a miss. And that one darting down and in, and PCA is going on strikes.
Yeah, that's a sweeper that Severino's been featuring. Got a lot of movement. Good depth to that one, too. 85 miles per hour. That's just a nasty pitch. Shows itself in the strike zone and then dives down and in. Probably inside.
Severino, first time out, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs against the Mariners. He threw 99 pitches, a third of them, 33, were sweepers. So he will use that pitch a ton. A third of the time, if you will. And I knew you would. The 0-2. And that's fouled into the mitt of Langoliers. Back-to-back strikeouts.
That time with Matt Shaw, he stayed with the heater and he stayed up in the zone. Two-seamer moving in. He tries to pull the hands in to get the barrel to it. Just cannot get there.
And now Miguel Amaya. See if Kelly and Amaya can continue the whatever you can do, I can do better thing. Yeah, the 9 spot has worked. It's basically where the catchers have hit. The 2-0. Bounced foul. Last year the Cubs were 26th in the majors in OPS from the catching spot, even with Amaya's resurgence from early July on. Craig Counsell knows he's got to get more from that spot from the guy over his right shoulder. Came up with a cycle last night, Carson Kelly, and this guy at the plate already. They've got 7 extra base hits and 12 runs batted in from Cubs catching.
A good aggressive swing there from Miguel. Just, he looks so much more confident. Of course, when you have success, you're bound to be more confident. And the run he finished on last year and the start he's off to here in the early going, probably feeling very confident in the box.
2-2. Popped up. Left side. Urshela near the line. And into foul ground. He makes the catch. Severino bounces back and gets him 1-2-3.
Hey, a lot of history here in Sacramento. Located in Old Sacramento. A great shot of the Pony Express statue. There it is right there. The statue commemorates the glory of the Pony Express, which started here at 2:45 a.m. on April 4th, 1860, when Slinging Sam Hamilton took the first lap of the 1,966-mile trip to St. Joseph, Missouri. The Pony Express lasted just 18 months. I bet you didn't know that. Before the completion of the Transcontinental Telegraph.
Do you know that only one pouch of mail was lost?
Unbelievable. 35,000 pieces of mail were carried in 18 months. They would ride, they would change horses like every 15 miles, I believe I read. But they would go like 100 miles a day. Yeah, he did.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Max Muncy is gone.
Max off to a bad night here. Made the error at the start of the game and now punches out, chasing a pitch way up out of the zone.
And now it's Jacob Wilson. Wilson, first-round pick by the A's in 2023. He has 337 minor league plate appearances. And oh, by the way, over those 337 minor league plate appearances, he's at 401. Back up the middle, Horner on the backhand. Nice grab by Nico over to first. And there's that good Cub defense. Talk to people with the Cubs, and I would say they believe that the Cubs this year will be a top 5 defense in baseball right about as a team.
Mound takes a little bite out of that one, but a tricky little hop that Nico handles on the backhand side. And as we noted last night, appears to be throwing the ball pretty well. That was a little bit of a sinker there, but he made a real good jump throw in the ball game last night.
It was really strong. Out there towards left center field, Pete Crow Armstrong calls off Ian Happ. I think they got a smile from Happer. Good work, Justin Steele. They go 1-2-3. Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. The Oakland Coliseum was home to the Athletics 4,554 games. The opponents never hit a cycle. This park, 1 game, 1 cycle. Carson Kelly says, take that.
That's really weird. You know, you would think the Oakland Coliseum would be fairly cycle friendly.
Yes, it's a good point. On the ground, hard hit. Muncy gobbles it up with a backhand.
Carson Kelly had himself a night. There's the home run. There's the base hit.
That's the double.
That's the 2-bagger. And that's the magic.
That's our cycle music. That's a home run from Kyle Tucker. his 4th straight game. He's never done that before in his career. And the Cubs have a 4-2 lead, and there was no doubt about it. Wow. JD, I can get used to watching this guy hit.
Yeah, boy, this is fun. You talk about a guy that's absolutely locked in. He did not do much at all in spring training. There's a certain amount of concern in some circles, but I guarantee you Kyle Tucker wasn't concerned. So there's number 1. Here's number 2, got a breaking pitch. Last night off the catcher, so that's kind of an asterisk, but still counts. And then this massive blast off Severino.
First one to say is Suzuki missing for ball 1. So King Tuck going yard. Seiya Suzuki with a massive blast. His first time up. For Tucker, by the way, he's knocked in 11 runs. And just continues to not make outs and slug. That's line sinking into left field and a base hit. And Suzuki appears to have found his groove.
Such an explosive swing. He had 23 of them last year in 78 ball games, so he was well on his way to 45, 50 home run season.
Yeah, before he got hurt, the 2 hitters ahead of him. Yes, well said, Austin. But the 2 guys ahead of him were Judge and Ohtani. Like, that's the caliber of hitter that he was for the first 70 some odd games of the season. Two now on Michael Busch. Hit his first homer of the year last night. The 1-2. There's one thing here in the early going for Michael Busch. Just the idea of getting the ball in the air a little bit more. His ground ball rate, again, you're talking 7 games in, but it's 55.5%. On the ground to the right side. Muncy up with it. The second one on to first, safe. We were in Craig Counsell's office the other day and asking him about the improvements Michael Busch had made avoiding strikeouts and avoiding swing and miss. And Craig Counsell, and this is one of the things that I love because guys don't say this very often, but he said, look, to be honest with you, I'm fine with him improving in terms of making contact. I don't want it to negatively impact his power. So if I have a choice, I would rather he struck out and hit home runs.
To take the home runs, yeah.
Swanson drilled out towards right center field. Bleday, after he can't get it, it bangs off the wall. Racing for third is Michael Busch. He's coming around and he is coming in to score. Dansby Swanson stays high. An RBI double, and it's now 5-2.
Yeah, these guys are not going to want to leave Sacramento. They're kind of having some fun here. Dansby using that torpedo or bowling pin style bat. I think he likes it, and he leaned on that one. This double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, one with a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. Well, you know, Busch, not a speed demon, but he runs okay. He was able to beat the rap on the double play and then score on the double by Swanson. Perhaps we might be in for a little bit of a pitcher's duel here tonight. That has proven not to be the case.
On the ground, or I beg your pardon, Lined to third, and it's caught about kneecap high by Urshela. Horner hit it hard, but the third baseman right there. Cubs pick up 2. Back here, Sutter Health Park, John Sciambi and Jim Deshaies along with Taylor McGregor. Here in West Sacramento, Justin Steele delivers a strike to Brent Rooker. Rooker homered his first time up, hit 39 of them last year. And that one in for a strike, and quickly it's 0-2. The Athletics extended him 5 years, $60 million. Next pitch missing. Last year, this dude was an absolute stud. 7th in batting average, tied for 4th in homers. The OPS was 6th. And he mashed lefties.
Made an all-star team in 2023. Playing this season at age 30, so a late bloomer.
Yeah.
But man, has he ever bloomed?
I like the title to that graphic, by the way. Hat tip, Chris Kampka, A+ player.
Because he plays for the A's.
Right. 2-2. Too high. Yeah, for Rooker, originally a first-round pick out of Mississippi State in 2017 by the Twins. Mentioned he was an all-star in 23. He was the last guy to make the team out of spring training in 23. Mark Hodse informed him, and it was emotional. And he proved their decision right. Takes the walk there, and the leadoff man is on base, and Steele is frustrated.
Staring in at Quinn Walcott, but that pitch was outside. It just, you know, you want a little bit more when you're up against a dangerous hitter. A guy who took you deep last time, and he thought he made the pitch. It just didn't make its way to the outside corner.
And now J.J. Bleday.
It happened in Arizona the other day when Justin was frustrated with the call and he kind of looked away. And while he was looking away, Amaya threw the ball back to him and almost hit him in the head.
Fly ball out towards left center field. PCA is back and makes the catch. Quickly fires towards second on a hop. Tag. Save. Close play and really well done by Pete Crow Armstrong. He's already got 2 assists. They're not going to look at it.
Yeah, good base running here by Rooker, too. We talked about this the other day. If that ball's in the air that high, you know PCA is going to run under it, so you might as well tag up. Slides to the inside part of the base, and the question was, did he maintain contact? And he did.
Here's the pitch. That's a strike to Shea Langoliers. The 0-1. High fly ball left field. Hat going back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. And Langoliers has got the Athletics within one. And here in the early season, the home run ball's a problem for Justin Steele, and that's a new thing.
I just don't think he's getting that slider down and in consistently the way he normally does. Look at that one, just settles into the heart of the strike zone. And so the frustrations continue for Justin. Langoliers, powerful guy, second among all major league catchers in home runs last year behind Cal Raleigh. Catches that one out in front. And there's another one that's kind of middle-ish.
Miguel Andujar. And that pitch in for a strike. It's 0-2. Both home runs coming off the slider. Here comes. Too high. Steele at 29 years old, originally a fifth-round pick in 2014 by the Cubs. Delivers high 2-2. They liked him a lot. They liked the arm stroke, the athlete, a really good competitor. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Duhar is gone, 2 away.
He shook to this backdoor slider. This one plays a little bit more like a curveball.
And now it's Tyler Soderstrom.
This is when you're doing a lot of talking to yourself out there right now. You're just trying to stay in the moment.
Did you talk to yourself out there?
Yeah, not like, you know, some guys actually, you see them talking to themselves. But I'm talking about just in your own head.
Yep.
You know, you do a lot of self-talk because initially you get hit around a little bit and you're frustrated and you're mad, and then you get to that point where you go, okay, I still got a chance to win a ball game here. I have to compete, turn the page.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Steele fires. Chopped up the middle. Horner to his right. Fields throws in time. Nico making that look easy. On the other side, Pete Crow-Armstrong coming up to hit. Cubs.
5-4 Cubs as we go to the top of the fourth with PCA stepping into the batter's box. Wanted to clarify, last time when PCA stepped in, we talk about his different bat size. The length of his bat went up from 33.5 to 34. I think I accidentally said 40. That would be a massive jump. So no, it was just a half-inch change. But as a major leaguer, that's a big jump. You're so used to playing with one bat your entire life. Pete had played with a 33.5 bat for 10 years. So the jump up to 34, although small, is big to those guys. So props to him for being willing and adjusting to the new length in bat, Boog.
Yeah, I think that, look, that applies to the torpedo bat as well. I give credit to guys who are willing to try. I mean, they're presented with data. It wasn't like Pete decided, I'll just go up half an inch. He talked about it with Dustin Kelly. They went over some data and give him credit. He bought in. But JD, you look at back when you played, the heavy bat was in vogue. It was a thing where guys would swing a 35-ounce bat.
I mean, Alan Ashby, I think, swung a 36-inch or 36-ounce bat. Eddie Murray used a big, heavy bat.
I mean, those days are gone now.
A lot of the velocity.
Yeah, because of the velocity. But
Ruth swung a 40-ouncer, didn't he? The Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT.
I never asked
George
him.
Herman, no, I think he did. Yeah, the players are so particular, and you know, you hear those stories about Ted Williams and Tony Gwynn, and they'll get a new bat order in, and they'll say this one's a little too heavy or a little too light. Now they'll weigh it, and it's like a fraction of an ounce off.
Yeah, they know the feel of their instrument. I'll tell you one that was really funny that I learned, that I've given this note a couple of times, but Kyle Tucker, you think about how astute he is, how cerebral he is. I asked him about his bat. I said, how much does your bat weigh? And he said, yeah, I don't know. Like, he really didn't. I mean, I'm sure he's got a vague idea that it's 31.5 or they're about 31, but
yeah, he got comfortable with a certain bat, and then he just puts in a bat order, and it keeps coming, and
he likes how it feels.
Yeah.
If it feels good, that's it. He's not checking or weighing it. So that's a little different version of it. Shaw board after the walk, and that one in the dirt, and a good eye by Miguel Amaya. It stands to reason too. You know, you look at all the technology and the development in the pitching world. Hitting hasn't quite caught up, right? I mean, like, look at last year. Big league hitters. You were an average big league hitter if you hit 243 last year. Think about that. The last time it was in that range, they lowered the mound. Goes in that range a couple years ago, but 1968.
The year of the pitcher.
Yeah.
Gave rise to the designated hitter. And to do something to get more offense in the game. So we'll see ultimately what this whole torpedo bat thing does, how much impact that ultimately has.
Hey, look, this is how it's changed just since we got in. In the year 2000, the league hit 270, 345 OBP, 437 slug. And look how it's just tracked down and down and down. And with these pitchers chasing velocity and more guys out there that can do it, what you're seeing with that reverse taper bat, the torpedo bat, is just the hitters trying to come up with something to gain a little bit of an advantage. Popped in the air, shallow left field, and it finds a home. And Pete Crow Armstrong racing to third. Barry says, stay right there, young man. And they're loaded up, and Miguel Amaya dunks one into left. All loaded and nobody out for Ian Happ.
Yeah, well, Luis Severino in a heap of trouble here. A couple softies and a walk, and he's got the bases loaded and nobody out. Wilson in hot pursuit. Just can't get there. Andujar's nowhere close. Yeah, Yeah, see, that's the move right there. When things aren't going your way, the hat tip, it's a dead giveaway.
A visit from Scott Emerson, the pitching coach for the Oakland A's, and Ian Happ with an opportunity right here.
He's had a couple good swings tonight, but on the ground to the second baseman, an error the first time, and then once he made the play last time up, see if he can get one airborne here.
Yeah, I mentioned it with Michael Busch. The ground ball's been an issue for Ian when he's made contact. He still does that thing that I just think is so impressive, whether he's swinging it really well or okay or not so well. He takes his walks and helps keep the line moving. Ball to strike now. Pete Crow Armstrong is at third, Matt Shaw at second, Miguel Amaya at first. The 1-1 outside. Happ, switch hitter, batting left. And a 2-1 fouled away.
It's funny, this ballpark shared by the Sacramento River Cats, a AAA club of the Giants. The Pacific Coast League has always been known as a great hitters league, and that's what we're seeing here in this park tonight. And, well, big time last night.
2-2 on the way. High fly ball center field, and this will be deep enough to score Pete Crow Armstrong. Leday all the way onto the warning track. And all three runners are going to advance. Run scores, and the Cubs lead it 6-4. Ian Happ with the RBI.
Take a look at Kyle Tucker last time. This home run brought to you by Hefty, ultra strong, ultra low price. Firing a hole out there on the berm, heads up. And he's not going to get a chance to swing it this time. All hail King Tuck.
So the intentional pass, and they're reloaded, and Seiya at the plate. I mean, that gives you an idea, by the way, of just how good he is. I mean, Seiya Suzuki is one of the better hitters in the National League last year.
Yeah, the way Tucker's swinging it right now, this sets up a possible double play.
Yep.
So you go the whole right on right. And the platoon advantage. I mean, not necessarily an easy decision, but I think one that most managers would come to. Either that or pitch cautiously, and they decided just to go ahead and put him on.
Shaw at third, Amaya at second, Tucker at first. Suzuki fouls it into the mitt of Langoliers.
Of course, Mark Kotsay, managing the A's, and Tucker with all those years with Houston, they saw a lot of each other over the years. So Kotsay's probably seen Tucker do a lot of damage, and I'm not going to let this guy inflict any more pain on me here tonight.
2-1, cut on and missed. I'll tell you one of the other things that's interesting that you see, JD, guys throwing the sinker high. You'll see guys who have high velocity sinkers throw it up. 2-2 is low.
Yeah, that's what I call those two-seamers.
Yeah, I get it.
But some guys do have the ability to get downward movement on an elevated fastball, which is, I could never do that.
That one fouled off the foot.
A toe burger. Toenail will probably turn black in a couple days.
Keep it positive.
Put some Vicks Vapor Rub on there. That'll take care of it. Squirt a little Windex on there.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 96 up and in, and Suzuki is gone.
Good running action in. Elevated fastball at 96. I'd say I'd chase some of those here lately. Still I like the aggressive Seiya.
Yeah, I agree. First one to Bush, misses inside. Michael has grounded out and wrapped into a fielder's choice. He's also scored a run. Cubs lead 6-4. And we're in the top of the fourth in West Sacramento. John Sciambi, Jim Deshaies, Taylor McGregor.
If you're
Foul out of play.
If you're keeping a scorecard at home, get a little something to highlight this Michael Bush at bat. This could be a key moment in this ball game.
So you're saying that when this game is over, we may look back at this at bat?
We could very well do that.
The 1-1. Bush foul off to the left. Now, have you already done that? Have you circled it?
I just put a little square, a little outline.
A box?
A box, yeah.
Okay.
So I bet, you know, the stats people, they have these high leverage situations, right? This is definitely a high leverage situation right here. 2-run game, bases loaded, 2 outs in the fourth.
Yep. 1-2 inside. And what about you in terms of from an analysis standpoint? Do you feel pressure, more pressure right now because this is a high leverage broadcasting situation?
I'm telling people to highlight this spot right here, to focus on it. So I don't want to say anything too stupid.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Severino gets Bush. The Cubs leave him loaded. They do pick up a run at 6-4, middle of the fourth. Hey, Cubs fans, go to MarqueeSportsNetwork.com for the latest Cubs news and in-depth future stories. Presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local Nationwide insurance agent. Visit JeffVuk.com. Nationwide is on your side as Justin Steele pumps in a strike to Gio Urshela. The 0-1. Line caught. Oh, did he catch that or did it catch him? Regardless, a bullet back up the middle, and it is out number 1.
Hey, you know what it's time for now?
Tell me.
It's time for the Allstate Good Hands replay. Justin Steele. This ball gets on him in a hurry. Yeah, glove save. No problem. I got it. Is that all you got?
Here comes the 0-2. In there, got him looking. Muncy frozen.
That was more curveball than slider, wasn't it? Sure was. A little bigger, a little deeper. Settles over the inside corner. Let's take another look at this play by Justin Steele. Oh, almost broke his glove. Hang with him, Gio.
Lined out into right center field. And a base hit for Jacob Wilson. Cubs on top by a couple with 2 down, and top of the order for Lawrence Butler. This guy who had a breakout year last year. He's originally selected out of high school in the 6th round in 2018. He's from the Atlanta area. Grew up playing with and against Michael Harris from about the age of 4 or 5. Had his breakout campaign in 2021 in the minors. Steele ready. The 0-1. And that slider missing.
Well, Butler, first couple of months of last year, really scuffled, but he turned it on in the second half. Hangs in there good against left-handed pitching, too.
The 1-1 on the ground to the right side. Horner takes it in. Butler is out, inning over. No runs a hit. 1 man left, end of 4. And the Cubs on top. Dansby Swanson getting set to stand in. We go top 5, Cubs 6, Athletics 4. Dansby 1 out of 2, RBI double his last time up. All right, we like when the folks at home contribute, and yeah, I was just visiting Louisville Slugger Museum in Kentucky. Babe Ruth's game used bat available to hold. 35-inch, 41 ounce. JD is correct. He swung a 40-ounce club.
He's a strong man.
Golly.
Different game back then, obviously. The velocity didn't exist then as it does now. Not to diminish the accomplishments of the Babe. But you see video of him doing that, like Babe Ruth shuffle in the batter's box, you know,
sure,
with a big hitch, and that's not catching up to 96.
How hard do you think they were throwing back?
You know, there's probably an outlier or two that threw pretty hard, but I think generally, I'm just guessing, fastballs were in the low 80s.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the evolution of athletes, of
No
bigger, faster, stronger over time.
Yes. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dansby Swanson. Two on the ground towards the hole. Wilson fields, fires to first in time.
Who does that remind you of? His
Dad.
Yeah, Dad Jack, who was an outstanding defender at shortstop, mostly for the Pirates in his career. Jumping Jack Flash, they would play in Pittsburgh. And here's son Jacob making a real nice play. Busting it down the line.
First offering to Nico is in for a strike. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Something Nico doesn't do all that often, swing and miss.
Yep.
I don't believe he's struck out yet this year, has he? Or has he?
In the air out towards left center field. Bleday is there to make the catch. Nico has not struck out this year.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Pete Crow Armstrong now. PCA 1 for 2. Rips that one to right, but right at Butler, sinking, and Butler makes the catch. Cubs go 1-2-3.
Time now for our memorable moment, brought to you by Prevagen. We want to introduce you to a man by the name of Joe Marty. Why does he matter? Well, he's a native of Sacramento, and he homered in the first night game in Cubs history. So that's pretty cool. Also cool, he hit a solo home run in the 1938 World Series, Game 3, and he became the first native of Sacramento to homer in the World Series. So there you go, Boog. The more you know. And now you know about Joe Marty.
He opened a bar and eatery in 1938 as well. It was called the Marty Party.
I don't think it was.
In the air to right. And Tucker pulls it down. Yeah, they get Rooker. What do you mean?
He played for the Sacramento Solons in the PCL. You know why they were called the Solons?
Why?
Well, Sacramento is the state capital. They have a lot of lawmakers here, and there's an ancient Greek lawmaker by the name of Solon. And apparently the local journalists would refer to the senators and the legislators over at the state house as Solons. That kind of became a thing.
Okay.
And if you look off to our right here, there's the Solon Club, little suite, club. There it is.
There it is. Fox, see if you can get a shot down in that right field corner. There's the Marty Party Grill. Broke his bat, flared out into left field, and that's a base hit. So Bleday loses the lumber as the business end of the bat ends up out in front of the mound.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if he's using one of those torpedo bats or not, but I think that's something we're going to see, right? So these bats have been tapered, so they're taking some of the weight off the end of the bat, moving it down closer to the sweet spot to make the barrel a little bit more big, a little bigger. So I'm thinking balls off the end of the bat, there's going to be more broken bats.
Good turn there, safe at first. Langoliers beat the wrap on a ball. I mean, if they're turning that one, holy cow.
Dansby's playing a step or two that way, so it gets to it in a hurry, but it's 2 long throws. They made it close, but Langoliers safe at first base. Good turn under duress by Nico, and a nice pick on the other end by Michael Busch.
Good strong throw from Swanson. Dansby's interesting to watch throw, right? He seems to know how little energy to exert in order to get the runner out throwing wise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's the least amount of energy that I can exert? Miguel Andujar here. Two balls, no strikes to count. Man at first, 2 down, bottom 5. Cubs lead 6-4. Popped up foul off to the right. Steele listens in, says yes. The 2-1. Down 2-2.
They're left up a little bit. Just kind of thinking back over the course of this game, I don't remember Justin ever really burying his slider down in the dirt, right? Like a chase slider.
There goes the runner. 2-2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And the inning is over. Cubs and the A's from the state capital, Sacramento. It is 6-4.
Cubs lead 6-4 as we go to the top of the sixth. It is a family affair here in West Sacramento, and we're referring to the Schimmel sisters, who grew up in Oakland, but now both of them working this Athletics versus Cubs game. We pointed it out last night, but on the right is Amelia Schimmel, and then on the left is Joanna Schimmel. Joanna, a member of the Cubs public relations staff, and her sister Amelia is the public address announcer here for the Athletics. The two grew up diehard baseball fans, went to about 15 to 20 games in Oakland every single year. And they told me they didn't really dream of having a career in baseball until later. They just knew they had a passion for the sport, and ultimately it landed them both here. And I think it's really cool as we look on at Amelia, who is the PA announcer, as I mentioned. I think it's cool because it showcases what this sport could mean to a family, how it can create opportunity for women in a multitude of roles. Joanna does a wonderful job on the PR staff with the Cubs, and then her sister Amelia, one of just a couple female PA addressers in our game. So hats off to them. I know they're both enjoying it. And the manager, Craig Counsell, said it's really cool for him as well to just see the way that a family can bond through baseball. He has it himself, but to watch what the two of them have here is pretty cool.
Yeah, good stuff indeed. So, yeah, hat tip to the Schimmel sisters. And they both love playing, both big-time softball players through high school. Matt Shaw here, the count 1-2. Cubs leading 6-4. Severino back to work and deals. And that's outside. He's got to be getting close to his limit. Yeah, Matt Shaw's been busy on the bases, right? Swing and a miss, struck him out. Shaw is gone.
Hit down near the bottom of the Cubs order, and it turns over, and you got Tucker coming up. You're going to score some runs. Yeah. Severino closing in on 100 pitches. So, but imagine Mark Kotsay would like to get him through the 6th inning, but if he starts to labor here, he might make a move to the bullpen.
Severino ready and fires. TJ McFarland up and throwing. Here's a 1-1. Severino deals. Amaya pops it foul. Miggy 1 for 2. Cubs with 6 runs on 8 hits. These teams will wrap it up tomorrow afternoon. It'll be Jamison Tyone and Jeffrey Springs.
Swing it.
Hey, how about our old buddy Kyle Hendricks today?
Yeah, I was just looking up that box score. He pitched well. 6 innings allowed, 2 runs.
In St. Louis.
In St. Louis. He always pitches well in St. Louis.
For the Angels, the 2-2.
Watching a little bit of that game earlier, it was weird to see Kyle in red.
One out, base is empty. 3-2 is on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Change up your summer. Eagle River, Wisconsin.
2 down. Severino has struck out 6. It's Ian Happ now.
You got PCA and Shaw back-to-back in the second. He got Suzuki and Bush back-to-back in the fourth, and now Sean Amaya back-to-back. He's in that whole tandem thing. Look out, Taylor.
Yeah. Happ hits a sinking liner to left, and Duhar makes the catch. Hey, T-Mac, I have an idea. You need some help over there? Yeah, well, Metal Music Maniac says, how about a Cubs football helmet to stay safe?
And she's going ham, folks. We'll see you on the flip side of this break.
Justin Steele delivers to Tyler Soderstrom. Chopper. Steele gets over and just does beat him. So Steele able to beat Soderstrom to the bag. Close play.
Yeah, well, Michael starts to back up here to find a convenient hop, and that essentially takes him out of the play. So he's got to go to Justin, and just barely beats Soderstrom to the bag.
George Shellen now. Cubs lead 6-4. And the pitch in at the knees for a strike. It's been an odd outing as he's been bitten by the home run ball again. Deal one. And what's funny is I don't know that I'm going to sit here and try to argue that he's pitched well, and yet he's at 65 pitches, so he's been super efficient. You sit there right now and saying you could get 7 out of him is not, at least at this moment, unrealistic.
No, I mean, I think what has happened is he's challenging the strike zone. He's throwing a lot of pitches over the heart of the plate. A couple of the sliders have gotten hit really hard. There's a certain randomness to the home run ball too, right? You look at home run per fly ball ratios, and some guys it'll really spike, and typically over time that'll start to come down.
1-2 cut on and miss, struck him out.
Strikeout number 5, and it comes on a fastball way up out of the zone.
I am so with you, by the way. I think it's a great point. There is a certain randomness to the home run ball at times. Like at the beginning of last year, that barrage that Adbert Alzolay gave up was otherworldly. And if you replayed those sequences 100 times, I don't know that it nets that many home runs very many times.
Yeah.
Ball to strike, 2 down, base is clear. Muncy, and that's fouled back.
So, some stats are just, they're going to regress over time. It's just the nature of the sport. Right now in Major League Baseball, 13.3% of all fly balls end up being home runs. I bet you Justin's home run and fly ball percentage is probably twice that. Now, that's not to say you can't have a year where you make a lot of mistakes and you give up a lot of home runs, but it would be really weird for that to happen with him because he's always been a ground ball guy. He's never had a problem keeping the ball in the ballpark until this little run.
There's a 1-2. And that one is cut on and missed, struck him out. Good work by Justin Steele. The Athletics go 1-2-3. Kyle Tucker coming up to hit. When we come back, the Cubs lead it by a couple.
Home opener is this Friday, April 4th. Cubs take on the Padres. First pitch 1:20. The first 30,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs magnet schedule presented by Inabu Churu. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets.
TJ McFarland delivers a breaking ball for a strike to Kyle Tucker.
Led the big leagues in appearances last year, 79 times. He took the mound for the A's, 56 2/3 and a 381.
Ripped right field, fair ball down the line into the corner. Tucker around first, Butler picks it up, throw to second, too late, and King Tuck with a double.
My goodness.
Yeah.
it's that old cliche is hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports. Well, apparently not for Kyle Tucker. Making loud contact pretty much every time he goes up there. So it's walk, home run, intentional walk, and now this double into the right field corner. Well played by Butler.
He has 13 hits this year, 10 for extra bases. And there's a strike to Seiya Suzuki. Seiya with a mammoth homer in the first off the batter's eye. That made it 3-0 Cubs. He's also singled and struck out.
Yeah, the strikeout came with the bases loaded back in the fourth, and then Severino also got Michael Busch to get out of that mess, allowing just the one run. Able to keep it a competitive game. An opportunity for a little redemption here for Seiya.
The 2-1. Check swing. Foul tip. Strike 2. Tucker at second. 2-2. Lifted out towards right center field. Butler is there. Makes the catch. Tucker will tag up and advance the 90 feet.
This Saturday, Cubs Padres first pitch 1:20 of the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs flannel presented by Motorola Razr. Be here for it. Visit Cubs.com/tickets.
So Justin Turner is going to hit for Michael Busch.
These will bring the infield in.
Tucker at third, one away, 6-4. Tucker fouls one off to the right.
Turner's so good at, he's such a smart hitter. You can see he's trying to pull his hands in there. Much more likely to get the ball in the air if you're thinking right center in this approach. The one thing he's trying not to do is roll over on a ground ball. Pull something on the ground to the left side.
The 0-1. Up the middle, and it gets through. Base hit. RBI single, Justin Turner. His first hit as a Cub. And it makes it 7-4.
Insurance runs are brought to you by Gallagher, helping you face your future with confidence. So off the bench, the veteran delivers. The A's are trying to run that breaking ball down and in, looking for that ground ball. But look how he works so hard to keep the hands in.
So Turner knocks out McFarland. We've got a pitching change, and it is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. There's Tyler Ferguson now. And Ferguson getting to face good buddy Dansby Swanson. And the pitch is in for a strike.
He likes that slider. He's got a fastball that sits right around 94 miles per hour. He'll throw a cutter and a change.
Dansby describes this guy on the mound as probably his best friend in baseball. The 0-1 is inside.
Best friend almost hit him on the knee.
I mean, Tyler, come on, buddy.
A lot of run on that changeup. It was a long road for Tyler. He signed with the Rangers way back in 2015, but he did not make his big league debut until last season with the Oaklands.
So he was part of that team that won the national championship in Vandy. Check swing went too far. One-two outside. Balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Ferguson and Dansby Swanson here. Cubs looking to add on. They lead 7-4. Turner at first, and that's in the dirt.
Turner not a threat to steal a bag, but they might have him on the move here. 3-2, 1 out.
Here's a 3-2. Popped up a mile high right side. Soderstrom waiting and makes the catch. And it'll be left up to Nico Hoerner. Cubs lead at 7-4. If you're just joining us, where you been? Kyle Tucker's homered again. 4th straight game. First time in his career that he's homered in 4 straight games. He's walked twice and he's also doubled.
The record is 8 consecutive games with a home run. It's been done 3 or 4 different times. Michael Busch last year homered in 5 consecutive ball games. Back.
All the no strikes. Ferguson delivers. 2 balls, no strikes to Nico.
Go ahead, Nico. Juice one.
Here's the pitch. Up the middle, and it's off the glove of Muncy. Redirects into center. And not stopping is Turner. It's a single. And Nico scorched that.
Hit a couple balls hard earlier tonight with nothing to show for it. That time he gets rewarded with that good contact. Gets himself a knock. Sitting there in a hitter's count. Got a fastball over the heart of the plate. Put a real good swing on it. Deflection slowed that down a little bit. That made it possible for Turner to ease on into third.
Swing and a miss. On a strike, they're at the corners. Throw to first. For the A's a season ago, their bullpen was actually pretty good. 7th in the American League with a 3.83 ERA, 13th in baseball, so a little above average.
Didn't get a whole lot from their starters. With the kid Miller at the back of the bullpen, that's 102 miles per hour.
I went up and introduced myself to him yesterday, and we chatted for a second, and I think it's neat. He said, you made your major league debut against us, right? He said, yeah, at the Coliseum. He said, it's pretty cool. I got to pitch against Justin Steele. There goes the runner. Pitches outside. Nico has it stolen.
First stolen base of the year for Nico. First try for Nico. Uncontested.
Second and third, 2 down. PCA waits. Good eye. Seven runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 4-7-1 for the A's. This one lifted in the air, right field. Butler is there, and Pete Crow Armstrong just missed it. Back here, Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento. John Sciambi, Jim Deshaies, and here at the ballpark over for the Athletics on the radio side. 30th year for the man on the right, the great Ken Korach. Johnny Daskal is on the left, and Ken did a pretty cool thing for Johnny last night. So Ken, as I mentioned, has been a longtime voice of the A's. For Johnny, he's in his 3rd season working in the radio booth for the Athletics. His prior 22 years, he was here in Sacramento. And last night, as the game got ready to start, in a pretty significant game when you're talking about the first big league game here, Ken Korach, who's the lead voice, turned to Johnny Daskal and said, "You take the first." And he let him do play-by-play for the first inning. It was pretty cool. Shaw to first and out. And I don't know, maybe it's something because it's our business that one strikes a chord, but I think that's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah, and a lot of times we've run into a lot of guys over the years who don't like to give up the microphone, and it was a really nice gesture for Ken to do that. And that was a really nice play. for Matt Shaw.
Justin Turner now at first base as he stayed in the game.
It's a real nice job by Justin Steele hanging in there tonight. Gave up 2 in the first, 2 more in the third. He's in position to get through 7 innings here tonight.
Here's a 1-0. It's been said before, I'll repeat it, Justin Steele is the best. He doesn't have his best stuff today pitcher. Goes out there and delivers, just grinds it out. He certainly has tonight. That is for sure. Popped up right side. This is the gig though, right, JD? I mean, look, these guys have a certain level of expectation, and 4 runs through 3 innings ain't it. But you can't just pack it in. The team needs more, not just about tonight and winning, but beyond. And Justin Steele is on the cusp of giving him 7. I don't know that Craig Counsell's going to let him.
Yeah, as a pitcher, sometimes you take more satisfaction in a night like tonight than you do if you went out there and threw 6 shutout innings. The fact that you were on the ropes early, got hit around a little bit, and were able to hang in there and pitch as deeply into this game as he did.
He gets a really nice hand from the Cub fans here in Sacramento. And an extra chat with Quinn Walcott. I think they were talking about some of the pitches here tonight that Justin did not like. And now they'll give Steely the hand. Gutted his way through it, 6 2/3 pitching change. It's brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank. Julian Merriweather delivers a slider to Brent Rooker, and he fouls it off. 0-1. Jerry so far this year, 2 games, 2 innings, no earnings.
He pitched an inning in Japan against the Dodgers, and then a clean inning last night. Only 7 pitches needed to get through last night's inning of work.
Good pitch. That one drops in there for a strike. That was the slider. Steele, by the way, walked Rooker in the 3rd. That was his only walk. It was his only 3-ball count tonight. On the ground, softly hit. Horner takes it in. And Merriweather does the job as he gets Rooker. It's our game summary, and it is brought to you by Wintrust. 7-4, Cubs lead the Athletics. Justin Steele, 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts. Kyle Tucker, a 4-game homer streak. Seiya Suzuki, a big 3-run homer. And the Cubs lead it by 3. As Matt Shaw takes a strike. Shaw, then Amaya, and then Happ. The 1-1. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Shaw is gone, and Ferguson strikes him out.
Yeah, Matt behind that fastball. It's the 3rd time he has struck out tonight. I think he was looking slider here. Just didn't get the foot down in time.
Ferguson deals, and that's in for a strike. Check out Brad. He's watching in Nome. Have you ever been to Alaska?
I've never been to Alaska. I'm intrigued. I'd like to go there.
Yeah. I've never been on a cruise. I've told you that, right?
I've never haven't cruised either.
Yeah. But there's a cruise like through Alaska that I might be down for. Or just go to Alaska. I don't know.
There's also a jet skiing tour from Washington to Alaska.
Ooh.
On jet skis. You in?
I do that. I'm pretty nice on a jet ski. Left field and 2 down. I mean, which is all relative because I'm not great in a car. If you see me on the road, by the way, stay out of the way. It's all just not good. You've been in a car with me, JD.
You do fine. You do fine.
Yeah. I was talking with someone today. Like, I don't know whether I have 10,000 hours in a car. What do you think?
No idea. I haven't really given that thought. All right. A whole lot of thought.
We'll let the audience ponder. Back with a new pitcher after this. And we're back, and the Cubs lead the Athletics. It is 7-4 near the top of the 8th.
JD,
Yes.
we're on camera.
Hey, we are.
Say hi to
There
the
we are.
people.
Hi, people. How's everybody doing?
Got a new backdrop.
Boog may or may not have 10,000 hours of driving under his belt, and he wants to take a jet ski from Washington State to Alaska.
I would do that. That'd be
That
fun.
seems improbable, right? That doesn't seem possible. On a jet ski?
Right, not enough gas, you're saying?
I don't know.
You think there are places where you can refill along the way?
I'm going to have to.
I'm at a loss.
So you're
Yep.
saying you don't believe me? That this
Yeah,
is a real tour.
I think you had a dream one night and thought,
If you had given
I'll
me
find it on the internet.
if you had given me an extra second, T-Mac, I would have said, let's throw it down to T-Mac so she can make something up.
T-Mac facts. Let's not forget. They also just learned of my Octobuddy. So.
Soderstrom underhands, and Happ is out. Sterner gets his man. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th.
Hey, welcome back. While you enjoy some music, we're going to give you a good look at the Ziggurat building out beyond center field here in Sacramento. It's a government building. It's one of the more secure buildings in the world, Boog.
Why is that?
I don't know, because it's important for the California government. There's Justin Steele, 6 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs allowed. They were earned. But after a little bit of a bumpy start, he hung in there and pitched well. I think a lot of managers would tell you if they had a choice between 6 innings and 3 runs, which we consider a quality start, or 7 innings and 4, they take the latter. I mean, he didn't go 7, but just for argument's sake, just to ask 6 outs out of your bullpen as opposed to 9 outs is significant, especially over the course of a long season. Anywho, Porter Hodge into the ball game now. You see what he did last year. He did really good work.
2-0 in for a strike. Hodge delivers down and in.
So if Porter can be efficient here, get him 1, 2, 3. Presumably, Presley will have the 9th, and he would deal with the bottom part of the batting order.
Here comes the 3-1, and that is in for a strike. Porter Hodge is the Cubs closer for really most of the second half last year. Really came into his own. Next pitch downstairs, and it is ball 4.
It's the issue the Cubs had in Arizona the other day. All the leadoff walks. It was 5 consecutive innings, they walked the leadoff man and ultimately gave up that 4-run lead when the Diamondbacks scored 8 in the 8th on them.
Here's Langoliers now. He homered off Justin Steele earlier tonight. Rooker is homered as well for the Athletics. Meanwhile, for the Cubs, another big night for Kyle Tucker. He has homered in 4 straight games. And Tucker here with a homer and a double. He has 13 hits this year, 10 of them for extra bases. And the 0-1 in the dirt, ball and a strike. The Athletics catcher.
Day baseball tomorrow. We'll be on at 2:35 Chicago time.
Me and you. And the Mac.
And a dog named Boo.
It'll be Jameson Taillon and Jeffrey Springs. The 1-2 on the ground. Horner underhands to Swanson for one. Return to Turner, double play.
That was handy. Take care of that leadoff walk. Sharply hit. Makes it pretty easy. Plenty of pace on that ground ball. Little flip, little fire, and they go 4-6-3. The double play brought to you by Elgin Hyundai. Home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. Cubs again tonight playing solid defense. Nico's made a couple real nice plays out there.
The 1-0. That one misses downstairs. Presumably it'll be Presley in the 9th. Porter Hodge the 2-0. And Andujar fouls it off. Two and one to count, 2 outs, bases clear. Popped in the air, shallow left field. Swanson out, but it's Happ. And Ian makes the grab. We'll head to the 9th here in West Sacramento. And the news is good, 7-4.
Monday, April 7th is DePaul University night. Fans who purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials will receive a New Era Cubs and DePaul cap. Be here for it. See if you can get Zach to sign it for you.
Kyle Tucker, he's good.
Here's evidence to support Boog's claim. You can't leave it there. You can't throw. That's the happy zone right there. You're asking for trouble.
He's the epitome of a low heartbeat guy. In there, no argument from Tucker.
Got a short arm delivery and spins a little backdoor slider there. Reminds me a little bit of Jason Adam with that delivery.
I'm not perfect, JD. You know that. But I hate to break it to you.
I feel good that that my comp elicited that kind of a response from you.
Ball to strike.
Remember earlier in the ball game I said with the Michael Busch 2 out bases loaded at bat in the 4th, I said circle it on your scorecard.
Yes.
It will be rendered inconsequential if the bullpen does their job here.
Yeah.
And 3 outs to go.
One out. Justin Turner lurking in the on deck circle. There he is. He's got that pine tar stain. One in the air center field. J.J. Bleday. And there's 2 down. I think we may have done it last year, but Foxy, you know what I want to do? Foxy's our director, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and talk to him on the air. We got a peek at him. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow when he goes from clean shirt to pine tar shirt, because it's such a weird place for there to be a stain. And it's not on a follow through. It's this weird thing that he does. He kind of taps it back there across his name. But if you ever watch him with the Dodgers, at the beginning of the game, he'd get into the on deck circle and he has so much pine tar on his bat, he eventually taps the bat in a certain way. We'll creep on him and see what the deal is, how he does it. In the air, foul down the right side, and out of play. Downstairs and Taylor.
And Boog, we told you the other day that PCA, as a young kid, when he would watch Justin Turner, that was one of the things that jumped out to him. Hey, the guy with the pine tar on the back of his jersey. I like him.
Yep, totally. But baseball's so funny with stuff like that, and just the things you notice.
Up on, yeah, Willie Stargell pumping the bat when he was
no question.
Joe Morgan flapping his chicken wing.
Craig Biggio with his helmet.
Yeah, he had
all the pine tar. You could never see the logo. Two. And that missed. Turner, who delivered his first hit as a Cub in the 7th, that came with 1 out and it knocked in a run. Popped up. And Muncy to the right of second. Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By Prevagen. Prevagen is the #1 pharmacist recommended memory support brand. And by Wintrust, Chicago's bank. Back here, state capital of California. And here in West Sacramento, Ryan Presley will try and close it out.
They call it Sacktown. We're in West Sacktown, and Ryan Presley, look at his numbers from last year with the Astros, a 3.49 ERA, 4 saves. He was used as a setup man for Josh Hader. Got the save Saturday against the Diamondbacks for 29 pitches. Was not really sharp, able to hold the lead.
One missing, and now it's 2-0 on Soderstrom.
This is kind of the sweet spot for a closer, right? He's got the 3-run lead, so he qualifies for the save.
And you're at 6, 7, 8 in the order.
Yeah. So afford to be aggressive. One big swing's not going to cost you here.
On the ground, fair ball down the line, base hit. Soderstrom around first. He'll stop there as Happ retrieves it quickly.
It's a changeup, and it's moving away and down, and Soderstrom just kind of stays with it and punches it the other way.
Just offering up and in to Gio Urshela. Let's see, Athletics. First hit since the 5th inning. And that one in there for a strike.
Has always been pretty adept at inducing that ground ball. Get Urshela to beat one of these curveballs into the ground and get a double play here. Likes to spin it. A lot of curveballs, sliders. Fastball velo, not what it once was. Gets ahead of you, he'll get you to chase that breaking pitch.
2-2. In the air, Pete Crow Armstrong back. And he makes the catch. And Seth Brown will come up to hit. Night for Max Muncy, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and an error.
We'll be journaling later. Dear diary. Things do not go well for me tonight. Justin Turner plays behind the base runner down at first. The lefty up there.
On the ground, out to short. Swanson will pick it up, step on second, throw to first. Ball game. And the Cubs win it.
Well, there's that double play we were looking for, and it's a game ender. That ball had all kinds of funky spin on it. Dansby had to make a late adjustment. But, good heads-up play, taking it himself to the bag, and then the flip over to first to end the ball game.
Great turn. Swanson, our toast of the game. And it's brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Yeah, for the 4th game in a row, Kyle Tucker has done that. A home run, a no-doubter. And, man, he is on fire. Home run, 2 walks, and a double for Tucker tonight. Scored 3 times, plus the RBI. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
So the Cubs will go for the sweep tomorrow here in West Sacramento from Sutter Health Park. Jameson Taillon will till the slab. For Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor, and our entire crew, I'm John Shelby. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Again, your final: Cubs win it over the Athletics 7-4. Tomorrow it'll be Taillon and Springs, your scheduled starters for the finale. Our coverage starts at 1:30 Central Time. Up next, Cubs postgame live. Cole Wright and our guy with the elevator shoes, Cliff Floyd. Men, take it away.
Oh, man, Boog, that is a good one. Elevator shoes going all the way up to the top floor. And how about back-to-back wins for the first time all season long, Clifford?
Yeah, how about the bats? You know what? And another one, Justin Steele, weathering the storms, right? You know, going deep into this ball game. Big for him.
Yeah, we will discuss 8 straight road wins versus the Athletics. That and much, much more coming your way right around the corner on Cubs Postgame Live.